Welcome to Spirit Guide Chat. I'm Jake. I am here to do another episode with talking with my spirit guides through my dowsing rods. Also, please excuse if you hear noises. It's about to storm really bad here, and I wanted to make sure I get this video out today because I was not able to be here on Friday to do a video since it was my birthday on Wednesday and I was doing a little celebration. Also today I'm going to use get a message through using my oracle cards. This is Work Your Light deck by Oracle Cards by Rebecca Campbell and the artwork by Danielle Noel. I just got these. These are very beautiful, beautiful cards. And I'm just going to end this video using these as a message. I'm going to show you some of the artwork in these are very, very beautiful. And I love the messaging. So um that's what we're doing today. Starting to rain outside. I am going to start out like I do every time I practice. In my other videos, I've explained that you only have to do a prayer of protection in however way you want to be consistent. That's up to you. The wording, it doesn't have to be anything specific, except that you are asking to be protected by the white light, the one source, one force, the Holy Spirit, however you want to say. But once a day is fine. It doesn't matter if you use multiple tools that day, but my spirit guides have told me in not only is shown in the video, but also um, they've told me before in my own practice that it's only one time you have to say it per day. Even though I've already said it, I'm just going to show again an example of a protection prayer. So I surround myself with the white light of the one source, one force. I ask for protection, love, and light. As I practice this, I ask my spirit guides as well as my guardian angels to step forward in the love, light, and protection of the one source, one force. And if I ask any entities or spirits to step forward, may they come forward in the love, light, and protection of the one source, one force. Amen. And it's simple as that. And it can be even simpler than that, but that's what I will do. Let's start with the dowsing rods. Hello, spirit guides. Can we get together here? Can I get a yes, please? Thank you. And thank you is just resetting for me. Can I get no, please? Thank you. Ooh, that's a big no. Usually what's funny with these rods, and it's not these rods, it's also practice. Um, this is a side note. When you're practicing first time using the rods, um, it took some time to practice on these. Um, Sometimes the energy was kind of low, my energy with these, and sometimes it's high. And also, my spirit guides have told me it just depends sometimes in rooms in your house how the energy level is in your house. Is that correct, spirit guides? And that's a yes. The other thing that I did not mention in the previous videos is that I do at least once a quarter cleansing the energy through I'm going blank on the word, but simply I sage my house. I open some windows up, do a little simple cleansing prayer, and reset the energies in my house. Is that correct, spirit guys? And that's a yes. Thank you. And that is something that what people should do to reset their energies in their house and kind of clear the energy. And that's a yes. Because energies can hang stagnant. Like once we put energies out there, they can stay out there for a while, unless we push it out, like through cleansing, through whether through prayer to ask for the energy, or doing something like that, some kind of action needs to be taken. And they're saying a big yes in regards to that. And that's why sometimes like you can sense energy when it's heavy in an area because it can be just stagnant and it's just sitting there and nobody's doing anything to counteract it. That's a big swing. Yes, they're confirming what I'm saying right now, my spirit guides. And my spirit guides team, so everyone knows, consists of two spirit guides and a guardian angel. And that's my number of people on my spirit team. And they're just confirming, saying yes. Thank you. So I kind of wanted to talk about today, just briefly before getting into some messaging, because I think right now, I'm in the Midwest in the United States. I think in the recent few days, and I don't want to get heavy into um, current events like specifics, but I mean all of us are kind of aware or fully aware of what's going on in this country, and it also reverberates in the world. Is that correct, spirit guides? What's going on here reverberates in the world, and that's a yes. And that doesn't need to, I mean, that's just confirming what most of us already know, that it's a heavy time in humanity right now. And that's a big yes. And spirit guys, it's that is purposely done. Like we have to go through this stage of heaviness, and that's yes. And a lot of this heaviness is due to change for the better in the end. Is that the bigger picture? And they're confirming that's a yes. And the other big yes that I know they're going to confirm because I've talked about this in my personal practice is that all of us who are here on earth volunteered in our soul contract to go through this and live a life through this era. And that's a big yes. And actually, I got smacked in my knuckle to just there it goes again, just confirming that we all, if we like it or not, we all volunteered when we were designing our soul contracts to live in this era. And part of it is that we are setting the foundation of the next stage of humanity. And that's a big yes. Because not necessarily all of us that are here will live to see the final outcome of it. And that's a yes. And that doesn't mean that something bad's going to happen to our lives. And they're confirming that's a no. It doesn't mean that. So don't get carried away with what I'm saying and saying there's going to be some big catastrophe that's going to happen to humanity. That's a big no. It's just saying that we're laying the foundation for the change to make humans better in the long run. And that's a yes. And that does not mean that we may not, I mean, some of us may come back in the future in different lives and live the fruits of what we laid out in our previous lives. And that's a big yes. Not all of us, but, there's going to be probably a good portion of us. Is that correct? Yes. And let me just ask a little personal question on camera. Spirit guides, am I going to live in a life in the future from the fruits of this foundation? And that's a yes. The funny thing is, just to keep in mind how they're supposed to know something that we haven't planned out. On the other side, time is irrelevant. Their living time exists in the sense of one. So the past, present, and future is all in one on the other side. Is that correct? That's a yes. So it's a little confusing, but they can go backwards, forwards into time, and that's a big swinging. I can feel the rods like jumping in my hand because I'm barely touching it. So thank you. Are you, Spirit Guides, are you ready to do a message through the Oracle cards? That's a yes. Okay. So let's start out with a message for everybody who watches. Is that okay? Okay. So that's a yes. Again, I'm using the Work Your Light Oracle from Rebecca Campbell. Um, so I'm not the fancy shuffler. Um, I'm not very much a card player, so I just cut the deck and kind of feel it out. I let my spirit guides, I check with the rods when I draw the cards um, to confirm that the cards are correct, the cards are what they want me to pick, and then the order. And usually I check what my feelings are in reading because this is a practice for me as well too. I don't claim to be perfect. I am human. I do make mistakes. I can read something wrong. In this all these videos are entertainment purpose only kind of videos. Okay, let's see if I can do this. I'm just doing a 3 card um, message. And I'm going to confirm this is what I do with my spirit guides. Spirit guides, are these the correct cards for the message? And that's a yes. Thank you. Are these the correct order you want me to read these? That's a yes. Okay. Oops. Kind of upside down. I don't do reverse cards, so oh, interesting. So the first card is transformation. Where what a beautiful card that is, right? We're going through a transformation, and this is a general reading for everyone out there. We're going through a transformation. This one's about protection. This says, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. So through this transformation, we need to ask for protection, ask for I love this picture of creating the boundaries and barriers for yourself. And there's a no card, meaning wait, postpone, pause, say no. And this goes back to this is funny because I didn't even look ahead when I started talking about protection. That's a form of protection. No. What's interesting, this is an interesting thing. Let me bring this back up while I'm speaking. And this is a very important card that I've even learned over the years. So, no, maybe I can get this better up here. No is important when you're creating boundaries. No is a full sentence, and you shouldn't feel guilty for saying no. A big boundary thing for me, I used to be a big people pleaser, and it come to realize putting boundaries and saying no doesn't mean I don't care about people. I'm not empathetic. I don't have empathy, but I also have to do some self protection. And you're only one person. You have so much you can put on your shoulders. So let me confirm with my spirit team that this is correct. So what I've been saying, is that a correct reading from the cards? That we're going through transformation. We need to make sure we protect ourselves. And part of that protection is saying no and creating those boundaries. And that's a yes for everything I just went over. Okay. I, I almost lost the rods because they were swinging pretty hard. Um, Spirit guides, do you have another message to give to everyone. Okay, they do. I do this too sometimes sometimes they have more to say. So, before I forgot to do one other thing. Um, just to clarify, spirit guides, the more to say, is this another 3 card message? Okay, thank you. Do you need a clarifying on this message? I mean, clarifying card, that's what I mean. And that's a no. So they're asking me to pull a brand new message for everyone. So they have more to say. One thing I found out is like dowsing rods are great for yes and no questions. Um, these cards, I need to turn right so they don't go upside down. These cards are good to get a little more in depth, um, get a little more answers from your spirit team. Fix that, the camera here. I'm going to have to take it down so you can see me draw anyways. But so I am doing another 3 card reading, using these oracle cards to hear what kind of message my spirit guides have. Are these the messages you want me to say? And thank you. Is this in the correct order? And that's a yes on both questions. Okay, thank you. Okay. This is interesting. So I'm going to raise this up. So this is interesting. And continue on with the same theme of the first part of the message. The first one's the Pillar of Light. Very beautiful card. I love these artwork. Um, your your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. And this is kind of what I kind of alluded to in the last message. We all have, or last video, we all have our own ability to talk with our spirit team. Is just finding the way, our means of communicating. So we are all our own pillar of light. Our vibration is rising. Going back to that transformation from the last card. Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Create your community. Surround yourself with supportive people. They don't necessarily have to be like-minded, but having support system and creating a community is very important to us all. I feel like sometimes that we feel like we're alone in things in life, but we really aren't. We are surrounded. It's funny that we live on this planet and we can with billions of people and feel alone when we're here. And it's not even people who are alive. Like we have our own spirit team to help us in this life. And the last thing, and I'm sorry if I'm going to say this name wrong, Mitakan, which is longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. So we are all light workers. If you're here watching this, you're a light worker. You're wanting to belong. You're longing to feel like you're at home. I think during this time, a lot of us may feel lost. We may feel like we are not in real life, so to speak. And it's just a reminder that we are meant to be here. We are in the real world. And it's sometimes we want to deny that because of all the ridiculousness that's going on right now. We may feel like this is surreal, but we are in the real. And the sooner that we accept the reality, um, the sooner we can fix things in this reality, if that makes sense. Um, and let me confirm with my spirit guides, what I'm saying in these translations of the cards, is this correct? And that's a yes. And believe me, I have had misread the cards before, what they're trying to say. They're saying yes, but in this case, I'm correct. Correct. And that's another yes. A big yes. Okay. So again, the sooner that we accept this reality, the sooner that we do that, we can fix things. We can fix things that are within our control and surround ourselves with a support system. And remember that we have a light worker and they are swinging. I'm almost lost my rod. They had a big yes on what I'm saying. And it's important, and that's probably why there's thank you. That's probably why they're swinging a big yes, because they want people to know about this, right? And they want people to feel part of something. They're not alone. You are not alone. And now they're saying, no, you're not. They're agreeing with what I'm saying. So, again, going back to what I said, we're going through a transformation right now, to a higher vibration. And remember to be surround yourself with love and light and set boundaries. And it's okay to say no. And this craziness of a world is not going to be forever. Forever in the sense of this time period, it's not going to be forever. And also, our lives are short. We, in that grand essence of things, it is short, and we have to still live our life and make what we can, the changes we can make for the better. And that's how we make big changes. One person making a small change, and another person adding a small change can create big change in the grand scheme of things. I know it just being in your own self, it may not seem that way, but trust me, it does. It reverberates out. So thank you, everyone. Please comment. Please comment any topic ideas, like my videos, subscribe. I appreciate all of you. Until then, I'll see you on Friday. Bye bye.